after we win the Super Bowl, we bring the same team back. We bring back everybody except 4 players. And the next thing you know, we're going on strike. So I think the strike killed our season in 87. 88, we were a team trying to find ourselves. 89 was a team that could have been. 89 should have been the same team in 1990 because it basically was the same team. We had no more George Martin. We had no more Harry Carson. We now have Pepper Johnson and Gary Reasons as linebackers, Carl Banks and Andy Hinton as linebackers.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. You know, guys that could play football. And I just felt like of all the seasons and all the teams, 87 was a waste, 88 was a waste, 89 really was a waste, and 91 was a strong, tremendous waste. Because had that team come back with either Bill Parcells or Bill Belichick, that team could have repeated as the NFL champion.
Wow. And Leonard, to some people, it's just so hard to believe that it constantly looks like you have 2 freight trains slamming into each other all game long. Okay. You're on the defensive line, man.
Yeah.
And look how happy you are just talking about it.
Yeah, I loved it, Bruce. I loved it. I mean, listen, 80. I'll give you a story. 85, they give me the lineup of who we're going to play. So I'm thinking about all the different players that I'm going to play against. So the first player that comes to mind is I got to see Anthony Munoz in Cincinnati.
Wow.
I got to see Joe Jacoby and Russ Grimm at the Washington Redskins. I got to see the Dallas Cowboys, Nate Newton and Mark Tuinei against the Cowboys. I got to see Louis Sharp and that huge offensive line in the St. Louis Cardinals. I got to see the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, which those guys were the dirtiest players in the game at that time. So I loved it, man. Week in, week out, bring it. You know, I come from that old school thing. You got to bring ass to get ass. So that's the way I thought about it.